Evening everyone, and welcome to another episode of South York's Allotment. I'm down at Allotment 2 tonight and it's 8:45, so I've just got a bit of time left to do a couple of jobs I wanted to do. I've not been down here for a good week or so, so it's in need of a bit of TLC. Those clutches there were for placing over the parsnips just to warm the ground up, but I've got another idea for that section here. So this is what I did with the parsnips. I got a dibber, made a bit of a hole about a foot deep. It was about 4 or 5 inches at the top, and I filled it with some finely sieved multi-purpose and potting on compost. Placed it in, firmed it down, and then planted 3 seeds per station. What I'll do is, as the plants grow, I'll weed it down to the strongest one available. So I'll just get set up and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. Right, so I've got these like clear plastic clutches that I'm just going to put over the parsnips just to make sure that it keeps the ground warm, because we're due to have a couple of lower temperatures over the next few nights. So just to make sure that I get a decent germination rate, it's just to warm the soil up really. So these are them, and will just fit perfect. Just nice and snug inside. And what I've done, I've planted 16 stations, 4 rows of 4. So with this in mind now, I should hopefully get decent germination rate. Once the parsnips start coming up, then I'll take the clutches off. But it's just to give me a bit of a head start, because parsnips are temperamental at best of times. They can take up to a month to germinate, so just by adding a little bit of warmth, it boosts my chances. Right, I'm going to get on with sowing some carrots, radish and beetroot now, so I'll show you how I'll get on and do that. Right then, so first I'm going to sow some carrots, and the variety being yr2 for the gills. See that? Camera's a bit dirty, isn't it? Right, and all I do is just make sure that the soil is nice and level. I've added a bit of sharp sand to this just to aid drainage and make sure it's well dug over, really fine, making to a really nice fine till such as this. Look, nice and very well worked. I spent a lot of time doing this carrot bed because I wanted a good success, so any remaining lumps and that, just sift through with your hands. Any stones, pull them out, because all taproots like to do is just penetrate the soil and go down as deep as they can. So the more space they've got, the bigger carrots you should get. So what I'm going to do then, just with my hand, just part the soil a bit, just straight line from one side of the bed to the other. You want it about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch down, just nice and easy like that. I'll do a few. It's kind of like you're making a sawing, chopping action with your hand. Leave about 4 inches between rows. Make sure the rows are nice and even. Right then, so take your seeds, if I can get into the packet. It's always the same whenever you're sowing seeds. It always seems to be blowing a wind, so just be careful, make sure your hand's quite cupped, and really sow them really thinly. You know, try to drop one every couple of inches or so. You could station sow it, but I just think it's just so much quicker if you just quickly just rub it between your fingers. Just like so. Dog's come for a view as well. See if she approves. Come here, baby. Oi. So just carry on right till you get to the other side. Same again with next row, or as many rows as you want to plant. Just scatter the seeds. Like I say, just using the palm of your hand to store the seeds in, and your two fingers just to sprinkle them in. Right then, once you've done a couple of rows, just use your finger and your thumb and kind of like do a pinching action just to cover it up. Sorry if you're going to lose me in a minute, there's an aeroplane coming over, so it could get quite loud. But if you just use like a pinching action just to cover over the seed you've sown. And then all I do is back of my hand, just nice and easy, compact it down, like so. Same again with the next row. Just pinch it as you're going down, just to cover it up a bit. Same again, just pinch it down, like so. Tell you what, I'm going to do a couple more rows to fill this bed up a bit. They might not be straightest when they come to coming up, but as long as we get a good crop, that's all I care about. So I'll do a 5th row, and that should be enough for this bed. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to do the same as what I did with the parsnips and put some of the plastic clutches over the top, just to help germination, and hope I can get a decent return. For some seed will be a bad batch, but you want to try and give it the best possible chance it gets. Weed in there. Get some more out. Right, I might only get 4 rows tonight, but I'll try and make it last. No, I'll go a 5th row. Right then, same again, just pinch it, pinch the soil, like so, firm it down with the back of your hand, and again next row, pinch it as you're going down the row, firm it down. Right then, give that a good water and then I'll place the clutches over, and that's how you sow carrots. Right, there we go. I've just watered the carrots in using the watering can. Make sure there's a rose on so it just gives an even amount and it won't wash away the trench you've done. And there we have it, carrots. I'll just give you a quick tour before I go. Shallots are doing well now, look how nice they're coming up. The onions are doing alright, they just need a bit of weeding in there. They're coming through. Broad beans, I planted them the other day. I used a trowel and I planted them about 9 inches apart, and I've just got one to fill in there, just one short. And also I'll just show you my potatoes now. They're in the pots now, they're starting to come through, which is nice. A bit of movement going off, which is good. And finally the greenhouse. The sides have all got glass in, and it's just the back now. I'll just keep doing a bit each time I come down, but that's it. It's a 6x6 and I built the base from 6x3 timbers which I've sat it on. So yeah, it's all coming along nicely. Just a little bit of a time at this one and the other allotment, and I'll soon get there. But for tonight at least anyway, I shall leave it there, and I'll see you soon. Hello everyone, I'm back again now on allotment 2. Today I've got plans for sowing some pea seeds, and also I just have a general tidy up. I'm sorry I didn't bring you footage of the sowing of the radish and beetroot. The footage was lost when I came to upload the video later on. I'd realised that it was too late really, because I'd already sown the seeds. So basically what I did similar to the carrots. I just really thinly sowed them in little trenches about 1/4 of an inch deep, lightly covered them and then gave them a good watering. So you can see some cardboard just between the beds there. There's some weeds coming up between the raised beds, so I've just put some cardboard down and then put in a bit of a wood chip mulch over the top for the paths. So I'll get set up and I'll get cracking on with sowing the peas. Right, so the bed's already dug over and really dug down to a fine till, so I'm just going to level it all off now and prepare the seed drills. Also, if there's any other weeds, just take them out as you go. Just little bits and pieces, like so. As it's a new allotment I've took on, there are like reminiscence of potatoes from when the previous people had it, so you will find bits and pieces still popping up now and again. So just level it all off. Like so. Right then, right there.